What's up? Peace, love to everyone, to all human beings, whoever may come across this video. Um, Hope the day is going well for all, and everybody is staying upbeat despite what's going on in our society and the world as a whole. Come before you today, just wanted to share something um, on a subject matter that I don't know. I guess people just tend to overlook it. Um, but on this day of 10/22nd, 2021, I wanted to talk about the man whom this government, as well as many other governmental agencies and entities within the health industry, whether it be pharmaceutical or the overall insurance, healthcare insurance, all this stuff is tied into a lot of things that is circling around one man. And for those who may not know who I'm talking about Dr. Anthony Fauci. This man has been the pivotal talking head about COVID-19 and the pandemic since last year when this broke out. This has been the man in which the last administration wanted to play like they really didn't want to listen to what he had to say. This back and forth banter, like Trump and the rest of his party were really didn't want to hear what he was talking about. I mean, that's how it looked from the outside looking in. That's what it seemed like. They didn't really care too much for Fauci's leadership role and the power that he was holding. But when you're a narcissist, it doesn't fucking matter who the hell you trying to get power over whoever. In your mindset, you are the only power. So nobody else opinions and none of that shit matters. But I'm getting off subject. I just want to continue stay on Fauci. Now, when this administration came in, it seemed like he was boosted up, where he was doing a little more talking. He had a couple of run-ins on Capitol Hill with these so-called Congress folks that were questioning him, and he told a bunch of lies. And I just wanted to refer to an article that came out a couple of days ago for the Washington Examiner, in which the NIH, this is the entity in which Fauci is represented for years, admits Fauci lied about funding Wuhan gain of function experiments. This information is out here. It's out here. NIH corrects untruthful assertions by NIH Director Collins and NIAID Director Fauci that NIH had not funded gain of function research in Wuhan. NIH states that Echo Health Alliance violated terms and conditions of NIH grant AL110964. This is information out here, and it's like, how do you continue to enable or promote or condone a person lying to the same Congress that's out here trying to pin charges on Steve Bannon and pin charges on this group and that group and this group, whoever don't agree with the political aspects on either side, but yet you let a known liar who could be, and the reality of it is the possibility of him have been involved in this pandemic that has taken so many out and has destabilized the whole planet. How do you even give this man any leeway to breathe? How do you even give this man any speaking room or platform? How are you not charging this man? How are you not coming out with information to disavow this man in front of everybody? Knowing this man that lied. Now the run-ins with him and Rand Paul over the last several months, um, at, with the hearings dealing with this. This is some of the stuff that Rand Paul has spoke on. I'm not a fan of Rand Paul. Do I agree with a lot of shit Rand Paul says? No. But do I agree with the overwhelming fact that this man, Dr. Fauci, is a liar? He's been using this shit as a means for something that everybody really don't have a proper understanding of. It's like, okay, he's guilty of all this shit, but why would he be doing this shit? And why would government be continuing to kick the can knowing this man, or the information that this man is a liar and this and that will eventually come out, or people will be affected by this information? Now, how is that going to affect people who are suffering because of all this shit? I lost my parents to this pandemic. So it's like, that's like a double slap in the face, to sit here and knowing a motherfucker may be responsible or partially responsible for what the fuck has been going on over the last year or so. Yet our government, our so-called leaders, our Congress, who is out there acting like they're so pro-justice and pro-fairness, out here trying to condemn other people, but yet nobody's saying nothing about this. We don't see none of them black leaders in Congress stepping up from the Black Caucus, saying anything about Dr. Fauci is a liar. He shouldn't be. We don't see none of that. You don't see none of that. But you will see them saying shit about Steve Bannon and all this other crap. That goes into the saying that I've said a while back, like, man, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't call out wrong on one side and not call it out on the other side, expect it to be respected. That's why there's no respect for none of this crap from me. So here he is. We have this man who has been the head of the push to overcome this pandemic in this country. We have this man here who have lied on numerous occasions. Yet the guidance that's being given to everybody here in this country is you got to go by this guidance in order to overcome this shit. But my question still stands. How do you accept guidance from somebody who's a known liar, who's lied in front of Congress? Many other people have lied in front of Congress and they were drugged under the bus. You don't have to agree with other people who lied in front of Congress or none of that shit. The only thing that should be agreed upon is that Congress should be not partial in what they're supposed to be standing for. You talk so bad about other stuff, but yet when it comes to this man and his guidance and his leadership, y'all accept it as the golden rule. Even though this man is a liar, even though his own organization he represents came out contradicting his statements. And so now where do we go from here? Do people continue to accept that guidance, continue to listen to a liar when it affects their personal health or their families or their children's? When it comes to the vaccines and all this stuff. I mean, this is the guy pushing all this stuff. This is the guy, along with other entities out there. I ain't even got to say, I'm going to just say one more name, Bill Gates. His name is shrouded in a bunch of bullshit in itself. So it's like, how do people even acknowledge these folks as even being legitimate spokesmen for everybody's health? Or for what people should consider as a medical treatment? Known liars. But the question is, what are they lying about, and why is it being kept so? Why is it being so overlooked by the same folks that's pressing other issues? That's the big question. So I wanted to share this because this really eats me up like a motherfucker, man. How do you have the main guidance for coming out of the pandemic that's on the news being given a platform on every fucking mainstream media channel, who's giving interviews, who even on these dumbass shows in the daytime, the talk and the view and all this crap? How do you have a guy sit here and he's beloved by everybody as far as dealing with the pandemic and overcoming it, and the basic origins of this shit, he's lied about it, and nobody seems to give a damn? But I'm here to say that despite what the sleep ones or those who continue to be in denial about it have to say, no respect. No respect from this government. No respect for none of these fake ass leaders. No respect for none of these fake ass politicians that's sitting up here acting like they have everybody's best interest in mind and in heart. No respect for none of them. If you can't call this man out for being a fucking liar who's lied before your Congress, the same Congress who's out here running around trying to persecute people for January 6th and all this other shit. The same Congress that's sitting up here talking about we gotta vote for the debt ceiling and the infrastructure package, all this other crap. The same Congress that's pushing all this shit don't have the balls to sit up here and say, why the fuck are we continuing to do business or even deal with this guy as representing an outlet from this pandemic when he's lied in front of us? Boggles my mind. So I wanted to share this, and I wasn't going to make this video that long because I will be making another one. But I wanted to put this out here because people need to really pay attention to what these folks have been using word games, different little bullshit to try and cloud over a person's ability to use discernment and just judgment, period. And fuck, and to just be honest, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. For a person who really says they are in tune or intelligent or however, why would you allow somebody to lead the public or so, backed by the government that the public voted for? Why would you allow somebody to basically control the whole narrative of this pandemic who's not even credible and has proven it numerous times? So, with that, I would like to say that I wish everyone peace and good health and love, and that everybody search for the truth on their own and stop listening to these folks, start acting like their word is genuine. They are not God. They are not in control over sovereign beings. Peace.